match play tournament, John Rikoski starts the tournament off with a strike. We try to get our camera situated here. Give us a couple of seconds to get things set up.
Yeah, Jeff got real tired, so we are now.
Yeah, we were standing.
Finally sitting down.
Yes. So, but it's good because we can just pan up to the scoreboard and down here. This is just fine.
Just for the fact that you're still holding this, your arms really aren't getting
Well, they're
much of a
leaning
rest
on the
here.
table. I have to hold it up. So Rikoski strikes in his first ball, as does Cologne.
So back on a fresh pair, and Andrew is back in the Zen Master. Don't know how long that will last, as we've seen him on every fresh pair trying to come out of that ball either halfway through game one or toward the end of game one. So, but every pair in this house is a little bit different, so we'll see how long that reaction lasts for him, and how long he can deal with it, wanting to be in that ball, let's say.
Yeah, and that one he never got right. Looks like he's a little afraid to leak it right because he knows what's going to happen if he does.
Yeah.
That one never got right.
Extremely left off his hand.
That's the golf shot before.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of a bad break, but on the strike.
Still a really,
Doesn't hurt him. Yeah,
it's still a bad way to start this match.
indeed, especially against
Rikoski, who's probably one of the best
who needs to
after
be
Florida.
twice.
Yeah, he's beat twice.
And has already lost his one.
So he's got no room for making mistakes.
no room for error here. But this is makeable. Although he might only get 4. Okay. It looked for a second like he was going to get 2 out of that. Correct. If Andrew does win, they will not move pairs. So they will. The entire
I don't want to move pairs. I'm happy sitting down here.
We're finally set up. The entire match will be related on these 2 pairs. On this pair, excuse me. So if John wins, it's done. John's the tournament winner. If Andrew wins, then they will go again. Because John has yet to lose in this tournament.
And he's head out. No, he's not. Oh my lord. Rikoski covers the time.
No surprise there.
But he still has about, if he strikes here, he'll have a 14-pin lead.
Yeah, early lead.
I like his chances right now. He doesn't have to worry too much about that out of bounds.
Yeah, and he's been in that ball all day. I don't think I've seen him throw anything else. Maybe a couple of tester shots here and there. But he's been in that ball all day, and I think, where is that? It's not the 3D, is it?
Yes, it
Is it 3D?
Yeah.
So kind of a big shot early on in this match for Andrew. Threw a really great shot. First frame on this lane. Got to get up and repeat that here.
Not a good break there. That was a great shot. A little fast and just didn't hit the pocket solid enough, and he needs that fast 7.
So again, this is the how long does Andrew stay with the Zen Master? Because we've seen it now 3 times where on fresh we started with the ball. And I don't think he's completed one game with it on fresh. You know, I don't know if the acting throw is giving enough. I saw him warming up with it in practice, but I think he leaked a couple right and missed the head spin. So I think he's a little.
Yeah, he's just afraid to make that
Yeah,
mistake.
he's a little afraid to make that mistake. He could parallel stuff in and kind of shift everything left, sort of where he ended, not quite as extreme, but where he ended the last match. I just don't think he wants to be there yet.
There's one other thing you can do, and that's just to move right where Rikoski's playing, come off the back of the ball more. take the out of bounds out of play, get the ball to roll up straighter into the pocket. I don't know how good he
A or
is.
B game though.
I don't know how good he is at doing it, but
his
that
A
might
and
be
B
good right
game
now.
got him here. Going down to that kind of game and kind of getting out of his element, probably not the greatest idea.
Can you try that in practice?
Much better shot.
Great shot.
Much better shot than the last one on that lane. Yeah, it looked a little right, but tripping the four out. He's very non-emotional and stoic. He's going about his business, doing what he does best, which is striking. Putting Andrew in an early hole here.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one for Andrew Wade because Costa doesn't really have a lot of room where he's going to make mistakes. He doesn't get the ball to the right too far, and even when he does, it still strikes. And he doesn't seem to get it in too far, and when he does, it still strikes.
Right. He got the one on 36 a little bit right, tripped the four, got the one on 35 a little bit left. And by little, we mean a board or two with just John. He doesn't miss right much more than that. But that, you wind up getting a little bit of push and going high flush. If you give John a board to the right and a board to the left, it's going to be tough to beat.
So good shot there from Cologne. So you've got a double.
Two great shots from Andrews back to back.
Andrew Cologne the B bowler and Costa the A bowler.
Right.
It still gets there. It wasn't far enough right for it to be bad.
It was right early, but it makes up, so it gets a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, he needed that big time.
Yeah. I don't think he wanted to get it that far right, that's for sure. But
No, he needs a big straight. He needs to put some pressure on Costa.
absolutely.
As Costa gets up, working on that triple. He's light. That's a 248. That ball never read.
Yeah, it
off
looked a
his
little
hand.
quick. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe down on his hand, maybe a little quick. I don't know. It looked like it was in the part of the lane he's been playing, but
Well, either way, that's some life for Cologne now.
yeah. Yeah, 'cause that's a pretty poor count, too. Takes it down just a little bit. And not your simplest of spares, got the double wood back there, so. Although no problem for the,
Not at all.
the one and only counter count.
And he's asking for a re-rack on lane 35.
Looks like there's a pin in the gutter there, so definitely going to try to get that out.
Unfortunately, the reset button on 35 and 6 doesn't work, so we have to do it from the front desk. So we have to have that done by the front desk, so they're going to recycle 35. We don't have a fancy computer system where you can re-rack the lanes from the computer, so unfortunately, it's going to take a second. much better shot there.
Looked like out of his hand a little bit better rotation on that one.
So if you look up at the scores, Rakowski 137 in the sixth. And if Cologne goes double here, he'll have 136 in the sixth.
Yeah, 1-2 match with a double.
Great shot there from Cologne, putting up that four-bagger.
Yeah, those are some of the breaks he wasn't getting in previous matches. So it's nice to see him putting a few together, getting a couple of breaks when he's not at dead flow. Way to the right. Way to the right. That had no chance.
No, he knew it as soon as he let go. And if he would have struck there, I mean, the match still stays even pretty much. He could have punched out for 250, but now he's down into the 230s.
Yeah, and again, Jake, the 7-count rack out on his turkey, Andrew gives it right back by getting a 7-count four-bagger. So we're just throwing away a few pins on the count on that first ball.
How much of it do you think is in Cologne's head that he just knows he can't give Rakowski any kind of opening, like he just does there by missing that spare?
Listen, I think you know when you're at this point, I think you know that before you even start. I mean, Rakowski isn't in the winner's bracket without losing a match because you can give him chances, right? So I think you know that. And I think it's kind of a flip way too, Andrew's so good that you can't really give him an opening either. It's just a matter of execution at that point.
And by the way, Rakowski's not throwing a 3D offset hammer. That's a track heat he's throwing. A very, and the pin is kind of close to his axis. So it's a very weak drilling, an early drilling, something he can go right up the lane with on a ball that's not very strong.
That's interesting. I mean, it looks exactly like a 3D.
Yeah. So,
colors and everything. I mean, all colors and everything. So.
And so Rakowski is playing up the boards with a reasonably weak and smooth bowling ball with a very early layout on it. Meanwhile, Andrew Cologne is still playing with that Zen Master, and he's trying to wheel the lane a little more, and he's seeing some issues as far as how far left or right he can get with it.
Well, I mean, let's call it spade to spade, right? It was a very short shot. It was an arrow right of target.
Of course.
So the others that he reached a little right actually recovered a little bit more, and instead of 210ing like he was doing in previous matches, he was getting that light strike. But he's in trouble. Again,
he is definitely in trouble.
250 here, and Andrew's match is 221. So if all things universally pull out, Andrew's down 46 going into the second game, and that's another hole that he puts himself in, and again, somebody that just doesn't hit. And that's tough.
So Cologne now with a four-bagger, he has a chance to at least shoot 221. And it looks like he's not throwing that Zen Master on this side.
I think he's
under
back
an
at the
Axiom
Axiom Pearl. So again, this is the kind of what we've seen out of Andrew.
That's a bad shot too. He got that left. But he holds on just enough to trip the four out.
Well, you kind of a half zone move for him as well. So he can kind of jam it a little bit more if he's going to get a little bit further. But this is what we've seen out of Andrew the last 3 or 4 matches now on Fresh. Start with the Zen Master, and then a couple of bad shots, and you've got to get out of it. You've got to get into something else. So Andrew's yet to finish the game with that Zen Master today on the Fresh pattern. And again, he threw that actually in pro in practice. I just don't think he liked the look right away. So he liked the look of the Zen Master better. So he went for it. And aside from 2 bad shots, it was the right call. But there again, right, you're watching that ball just get to the spot and come off and read it better than the Zen Master's reading.
Cologne here, strike here, will put him in the high two teens, 221 if he strikes on the through ball. For Rakowski, then double intent to be in the 250s. So not looking good right now. He's going to need to turn it up a little bit game two and maybe hope that Rakowski makes a mistake or two. There's really nothing much else he can do.
That's the only thing he can do.
He's going to have to put up 250, 260, maybe even 270.
Well, he's got to get this one here. He's got to get 221 and at least force Rakowski.
This right?
Yeah.
So he's going to be in the two teens. 2-0 actually.
Yeah.
So the count there.
208.
So
This
that'll
could be a 50-pin deficit.
He's
49
absolutely.
50 deficit. And you know, for the you guys that are watching here that don't know who John Rakowski is, he's a strike machine for the Fort Myers Naples area, and you know, I would expect nothing less than him jumping on this and throwing 2 or 3 dead in the pocket and taking that commanding lead. And I don't care who you are, when you're down 50 against somebody that doesn't hit very much, it doesn't really matter who you are. That's just a tough one. Yeah, no doubter. Absolute no doubter. A little bit of a love tap there on this end. When it's your day, it's your day. And one more puts John at 257 and gives him a 49-pin lead going into the final game of match 1, which could be the end of the tournament if John is victorious. If Andrew somehow pulls out the victory by 50 or more in game 2, we will go to a second match where the winner will be the winner.
So if he strikes here, it's 257. He'll have a 49-pin lead. That will, which he does. So with a 49-pin lead, that puts his magic number to clinch the tournament at 252.
252 is
So,
match.
so right now, if he shoots 252, he wins the tournament in game 2.
Yeah, and there's nothing.
And
Andrew
anytime
can do about
Cologne,
it.
and anytime Cologne doesn't strike, that number comes down
Yep.
by that much. So
I feel like we're in the 1980s counting down the Mets match number.
Oh my God.
In '86.
it's been that long. I guess it's been that long for the Mets.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so much. And then they trade away Syndergaard. It's just garbage. It's just garbage. More garbage move after garbage move from this.
Well, hey, we have baseball now this year, I heard. So.
Yes. Yeah, they finally reached an agreement and
And
to play
then-
all 162 games. So
Yeah.
good-
And there's the
good for them.
DH in the National League now.
I can't believe that.
So anyway, here's Cologne. And, I mean, he's at the point where he has to shoot 300. I mean, you have to figure he's got to shoot 300.
I mean, Rakowski's so lined up, and that one's left. Just hard.
He's at 9 pin. So Rakowski's magic number goes down to 242.
You could see it was left on, and then it kind of pushed, and I thought maybe he'd get a break, and instead
He
got the
has
striker
to,
special.
He has to be a little too perfect right now on that lane. Or on both lanes, actually.
Yeah.
Where Rakowski has a little room to work with because of how straighter he's playing the pattern.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't give Rakowski room. So you give Rakowski room, he is borderline unbeatable. And not to take anything away from either of them, they both go phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And
We had 6, and now we have 2, and these are the 2.
our picks from ball 1 of the tournament. Rakowski was my pick from ball 1 of the tournament. I think Andrew was Jeff.
Andrew was mine from this morning when we did the prediction.
And quite honestly, Andrew was my number 2 pick behind Rakowski anyway. It's just, you know, just looking at the field and not taking anything away, of course, from Chris, who both phenomenal, and a few other guys who both phenomenal. It's just, you kind of get a feeling who's going to be at at the end. And it was indeed these two guys. And I joked with Costa yesterday. You know, he said to me when he walked in the door, he goes, you know, we almost turned around and went home.
That's right, because they had that accident on the Alligator Alley.
And I said, you know, when you think like that, you better come in and win the tournament. And I said that before he threw a bowling ball. And then, you know, it's turning out that he might just do that. I saw him again last night. They were him and Dan were at the casino, and I saw him, and I'm like, you know, you're gonna win this tournament. Right? You're not trying to turn around. I was like, no, you know, when you say you're gonna turn around, that's when you win, and it's all worth it.
Get that one a
was
little
left.
late.
Yeah, that was definitely left. So, folks, like Jeff said, Andrew just has to strike. I mean, at this rate, you don't expect John to shoot anything under 2.25, which means Andrew needs 279, 280, yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Andrew basically has to throw a 10-bagger.
And
he doesn't.
capable.
Yeah. And he might still lose if he does.
Yeah, true. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a little... I think
Yanked
that
that one
left off his hand, yeah.
He yanked that one a little bit, but able to cover it.
I mean, great shot. You know, it was a little, the line was a little late going down. It's a great shot. I think Andrew needs to make a little bit of a move here. I think he needs to maybe go another half a zone left and kind of keep the break point down lane. I don't think he needs to jam it too much. Definitely don't want to get it that much further right. But I think he needs a little bit more, he needs to go a little bit further left and kind of lay the ball down a little bit further left and open that angle a little bit more. And it does actually look like he moved a little bit left with his feet. I want to say a couple boards. So we'll see if this opens it up for him a little bit. He indeed did that. Poor break. I mean, 2 pins hitting that 10, but can't get it out.
You know, that's another 20 pins that comes off of Rokowski's number, so now all he needs is 222.
Yeah.
Things are looking more grim for Andrew Cologne.
Yeah,
by the frame.
I really don't think. I really don't think Andrew will win this match anymore. I think he needed to start with the turkey, just to put a little pressure on Rokowski.
Absolutely.
And again, you know, 2-time cat winner. It's not like the pressure is going to really get to him so much.
But still, you have to make the guy.
You still have to make the shot, right? I mean, you're kind of giving John a free pass here. He could just get up and bowl like he's bowling lead. You know, no harm, no foul. You know, again, $2,500 for the winner, but you know, Rat is basically just going up and going through the motions, which is all he needs to do once he builds that lead, and his opponent can't put that pressure on him.
A little left off his hand that time too, but all that ball speed, he's just forcing it right into your pocket.
Just jamming it. And he's got a little bit more room right. Clearly he's got a little bit left. So when you give a player like John, who's very accurate, a little bit room right and left, like I said earlier, his scoreline unbeatable at that point.
But that's the 4.57 that trip out. So that's what's over for
That's the
Rokowski.
break he's getting that Andrew's not.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. Sometimes that's what it takes to win tournaments like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to be a little lucky and a little good.
Yeah, I mean, he's feel a little bit more than a little bit both.
Yes. That's for sure.
All right, folks, we are officially in a must-strike situation here. Rokowski's already pacing 220 at a minimum 220. So without a double here, it's all but over for him.
Great shot there.
There's no break. I mean, that ball was going through the pins fairly well earlier. Just everything on this pitch, not quite getting through the pins the right way. And it looked like he amped that one up and tried to jam it again, and instead of going a little further left, and just didn't quite see the spot hard enough. Just didn't get to that pin front.
So Costa with the double as the gate bowler. Alone with spare strike, spare stare. It's just not good enough. He's already down 50. And it's probably going to be a little more if he doesn't start striking here soon. Another good looking shot. Finally he's able to get the pins to go.
Yeah, that one definitely read the spot a little bit better and got through the pins properly. So no doubt about that one.
He's got to start something. He has room for 259, and he might need every bit of that.
I think too little too late at 259. I don't see Rokosky shooting under 200 here, which, 259 makes Rokosky's match number 210, I think.
It would have been 208. Yeah, 208.
So just, it's not enough. It's just not enough.
No, unless, maybe he gets up in 710 or
Yeah.
something. That's really that's the only thing that's going to happen.
That's the only thing is if he gets up and does that mark.
Something like that, but they fall.
Yeah, no, I
what do you do?
like I said earlier, he's got room right and left. So when you give somebody of that caliber a little bit room right, a little bit room left, and they get some of the breaks,
It's hard to beat.
Unbeatable. Yeah, it's an unbeatable situation. And again, nothing was taken away from Andrew Vanderbilt. Absolutely phenomenal this entire tournament.
Even this game, he's bowled great.
Yeah,
And he only has 2 strikes and 5 frames to show for
You
it.
run into the buzzsaw, and everybody does old John is run into that buzzsaw. That's it, folks. That kind of seals it right there. There's no way now that John keeps under 210 going strike 4 bagger unless he opens his way out the door. Then I just don't see that happening.
I would put some good money on that. That's not happening.
Yeah, I'd put all the money on that. That's not happening. Although we did see Adam Coleman do it earlier, so who knows? But unless Andrew's short strike is just irrelevant at this point, I just don't think there are enough frames left for him. That's John.
Sounded like a good shot there, but another 10 pin.
It was 7-10 for a hot second.
His ball reaction just isn't perfect for what this pattern needs right now, but you can't really go to anything else because that's the only ball he's really got the good look for.
Yeah.
He's just got to find a way to make that ball strike. He's just not able to do it. And he's going to come away with a second place in this tournament, which obviously still is amazing.
Yeah, it's a great profit for the weekend. Obviously, both great all weekend. Didn't have to work his way through the loser's bracket until the very last possible second.
Yep, that's what you want to do.
Yeah. You want to minimize the amount of games you bowl in this tournament. You're still bowling a ton of games in this tournament, even John bowling a ton of games in this tournament, even staying in the winner's bracket. But if you're going to flip down from the loser's bracket, it's at least it should be, or we hope it's at least at the very last second, which is what Andrew was able to do and take care of Toronto Hyatt.
That's all she wrote, folks.
All right, so John Rokosky, your 2021-22, what year are we in?
We're in 22 now.
We're in 22. 2022 Sam Costa Match Play Champion. Again, no surprise. He was my pick at the very beginning. He's that good, and when you've got that kind of skill and you're able to put it on display around South Florida. It's certainly fun to watch. Thankful he's my teammate, although I'm not bowling this year. But I'm thankful he is my teammate.
And
He is one heck of a bowler.
If you're Andrew Cologne, you can't be disappointed. You've always, I mean, all the great games.
Yeah,
I mean, until that
agree.
last shot, I mean, he did everything he needed to do. Just could not strike. Couldn't find a way to get the ball to knock all the pins down.
No, and when you're bowling somebody who can't miss, you can't afford to not strike.
Costa leaves the 10th in there, but that's it's not going to matter a whole lot right now. This match is over.
You could throw it overhand, and I don't think it matters.
Might
Might
get
make it
kicked out of the
anyway.
bowling center. Might get kicked out of the bowling center.
Well, then it would matter.
Overhand.
You might have to forfeit the match.
Yeah.
John giving us a little wave.
Telling all the folks at home, hey, I did it. We did it. Hey, ho, Adrian, we did it.
Don gave me a little wry smile and wave because of the conversation he and I had yesterday when he walked into the building. Great job by John. So, folks, just to recap the highlights, a couple of highlights from the weekend. Matt Gilman 300, Chris Felker shooting back-to-back 300s, he shoots 600 in his match. John Rakowski going all the way through, getting here a little bit late because of an accident on Alligator Alley, almost turned around and went home, but decided to take the hour detour and come anyway, and some 27, 28, 30 hours later, he's your tournament champion. Andrew Cologne was phenomenal all weekend. A lot of bowlers did. Toronto Hyatt was absolutely phenomenal all weekend. Adam Colton, super senior, 61-year-old Adam Colton, probably bowling more games this weekend than he has all year. And both great. Obviously until the end there, but just a lot of good highlights. Great tournament. Our tournament director Brian McMahon really did a great job putting this together. This is the first time the tournament's really run as smooth as possible. It's great. We're gonna maybe try to do this more than once a year if possible.
That'd be nice.
Brian and I are gonna sit and talk on how we can maybe make that happen.
So like a senior match like I'm going to need a wheelchair for broadcasting this thing.
Yeah.
More than once a year. Also, thanks a lot to Storm Bowling for sponsoring the event.
Yeah.
Also, Gabriel Kim and Kim Bowling Events for sponsoring the event. We appreciate all of the support from both of you.
Yeah, and we're going to lean on you again when we put this one together again to run it again. So thank you very much.
But
I will echo that and say it for Mr. McMahon as well. He's a little bit off camera and I can't hear him. But thank you guys very much appreciated.
And just as a side note, if you want to be notified of any future tournaments we run that are being broadcasted on this channel, just hit the subscribe button. It's free, and you can set it up so where you can be notified any other time that we go live. Maybe it's for events or bowling ball reviews or anything other than that. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, and you can be notified. And oh my God, it's John Rakowski's first mistake of the weekend.
Yeah,
You got that on camera?
I got that on camera.
Yes.
John Rakowski did not strike, ladies and gentlemen. We got that on camera.
He also didn't set up, so I'm going to let him pass on that one just a little bit. And thank you, Jeff Beershot, for allowing me to invade your channel here.
Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I swear to God, I like this more than bowling now.
So that's going to be 213 in the last game for Rakowski. Cologne can finish out with the same number, 213.
He's ready for next week.
Yeah. When's the next squad?
This is a moral victory for him.
So we will we'll stick around. We'll get the trophy presentation on camera, and then we will sign off as Andrew Cologne finishes off his last game, his last two shots. I'm going to predict that both of these are going to be strikes because they don't matter, and that's what always happens.
Always happens. It's like that 10-foot birdie putt that you...
Nope, I'm wrong. You left the 10 pin. That's the appropriate ending to this tournament was the 10 pin.
He didn't have an 8 going yet.
Yeah. And Andrew Cologne with his first 10 pin of the tournament.
We needed one of
Great bowling to Andrew Cologne coming in second place,
Yeah.
and John Ricassi for coming in first. Awesome bowling by both of them.
Andrew and John friends as well, so it's nice that they were able to be in the finals together.
Let's see when we're going to do this
Last one
trophy
to show
presentation.
up, last one to leave. Be nice.
Oh, they're going to do it in front of the banner there, so we're going to move the camera over.
We got to stand up there.
Yeah, we got to stand up. Oh, well. All right, so hold on one second. We're moving the camera. Don't hate us. So we're going over to the Storm banner on the side there. You get some pictures, trophy presentation. John Ricassi, your tournament victor today. And congratulations to John Ricassi.
With his radical love.
Yeah, let's
Let's get both of you.
get these guys on camera here.
Great job by both of you. Great weekend.
Yeah, our tournament director Brian McMahon did an absolutely phenomenal job this weekend.
We're going
Everything's
to
super smooth.
Right, so we'll be signing off.
I take out of hip.
We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Congratulations,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Ricassi, on your tournament win.
Thanks, Jim. What did I